Okay, now we're at Sumpo Park, as they call it, and luckily I ran into someone from South Africa that I was, bikrished, as the Japanese say. I was surprised to see someone from South Africa here, so he's right here beside me, and I will let him introduce himself before we kick into the questions for today. So stay tuned and keep watching. So, my friend, can you introduce yourself to the audience?
Hello, my name is Hugh. I'm 28 and I've been in Japan for 4 years. Yeah. From Cape Town, South Africa.
Wow. Shout out to all the South African people. Shout out to Africa. So now we go straight into the question. So I want to first start asking, what drive you, to come to Japan?
When I was little, I used to watch anime on TV. So through anime and video games, I became interested in Japan. So I decided I wanted to go there one day. And then when I finished university, I had the opportunity to become an English teacher in Japan. So that's how I first came.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you heard it. So if you love Japan and sometime and someday you want to visit here, you can start watching Japanese program and the anime. You can start watching it and maybe you can develop an interest. Okay, now on the second question, when you first came to Japan, how did you find life in Japan? How was the lifestyle in Japan?
Very different to South Africa, but I enjoyed it. A lot of new sights, new foods, new people. It was a little bit hard at first because I didn't speak much Japanese, so you have to use gestures and stuff like that. But I met a Japanese girl and now my Japanese is quite good, so
Okay.
it's not too much of a culture shock.
Yeah. Well, that's so interesting because I know, one of the difficult things for foreigners here is about language difference and sometimes you want to have your cultural dish but you can't, get it around. So now we move to the next question. What was your favorite Japanese dish?
Oh, I like takoyaki.
Takoyaki.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that was those. Do you have any other one?
I like a lot of Osakan food,
Okay.
takoyaki, okonomiyaki,
Okay.
but I've never actually been to Osaka, so I want to go there one day after COVID settles down. But for Shizuoka, I like oden,
Okay.
where you boil,
For the winter.
for the
Oden.
winter, you
Yeah.
boil the food in the soup.
Yeah. You guys, oden for the winter, it keeps you warm and you enjoy it. Okay, when you came to Japan, how was it like trying to talk to a Japanese girl? Did you have any experience on that?
Yeah, so luckily the girl I met spoke some English.
Oh,
She's there. Yeah.
okay.
And yeah, we met on Tinder.
Oh,
Well,
oh, I was supposed to ask you that question separately. Okay, okay, guys. So now there is some difficulties here in Japan, which is foreigners, and Japanese relationship. Like in some other countries, you see the indigenes, the indigenes or the nationality of that country, they have foreigners as their friends. But here in Japan, is either you are married, then you are close to a Japanese. But a single person, is very hard to hang out with a Japanese person. Let's go out, to chill and let's go out to have some fun. It's very, very difficult. So how or what can you tell foreigners and about trying to get close to a Japanese? If it's a guy, how to move to a girl, and if it's a girl, I think guys always have to move to the girl. So how do you approach a Japanese girl? Like maybe the first time you met your lady.
interesting. So I would try the dating apps
Okay.
as well as, like, for example, to meet new people, join a club.
Oh.
Like I joined a local sports club,
Okay.
and that's how I got a lot of Japanese friends.
Okay.
Find something that you're interested in, and then that you can find a local club of people with the same interests,
Oh.
and then that's how you start to build a relationship from there.
Okay.
But I think learning Japanese is very important,
Okay.
but it can be difficult.
Okay, guys, you know, normally if you meet someone, this is a dating counseling that we're giving you free here, free of charge. So if you want to get a Japanese girl, if you're a guy, you have to find some kind of clubs to join or some kind of communication classes. I think we had Oshaberi club. You go and you meet foreigners and you have to converse with them. So I think you join clubs and, you know, something that you can find people with the same interest, you know, so that you can, you know, try and get connected. So that is basically how to move to a Japanese lady, because I think it's very difficult meeting a girl on the street or on the road and trying to talk to her, right?
You have to have some sort of prior connection, I think.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh.
Japanese people are a little bit reserved when it comes to stuff
Okay.
like that.
Yeah. Okay, so I think now like culture is still involved in this situation, because Japanese people, they have different cultures from ours. For instance, in my country, you can just run down on the street and approach any lady, and from there you can make a connection. But in Japan, they are reserved. You have to maybe find maybe a cool place, someone sitting down, then you can make the first connection, not actually meeting them on the road and talking to them. So I think that is very, very interesting, because a lot of foreigners, they end up, you know, being bored in Japan because they can, you know, mingle with the people, they can, you know, have friends. So what can you tell the foreigners, and like what kind of advice would you give them in terms of relationships in Japan?
I think a lot of the time, as a foreigner, you have to make the first move in starting up a conversation with someone or when making new friends. So a lot of times Japanese people won't come up to you, but if you are very friendly and start the friendship from your side, then a lot of the time they'll reciprocate,
Okay.
is what I found.
Okay. Okay. So now I think we are really having fun in this conversation. I'm loving it, and everything is going smooth. So what do you think about Japanese ladies, their preference to foreigners? Like, which nationality do they really have interest in?
Not sure about that one. Difficult question.
Okay. Okay. All right. When I first came to Japan, I met a Japanese girl, and I, you know, had some kind of one time we went out to eat together, and she told me that she liked Americans. Yeah. So I was thinking maybe you had that experience as well. Hey, do you find living in Japan expensive compared to maybe Africa or any other country you've been to?
Yeah, the prices are quite a lot more expensive than South Africa.
Okay.
But I've always been able to make enough money. Haven't ever been struggling too much. I was an ALT,
Oh.
English teacher. Now I work for the City Hall.
Oh.
I help to translate things into English
Wow,
for
that's
foreigners.
good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's very good. I think we've taken a lot of your time, and I really appreciate the opportunity to talk to you, and you being open to us is a great pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
And hopefully we get to meet another time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and hopefully I'll be making the upload very soon. And drop your comment below if you want to see more content on relationships in Japan and cultural and, you know, other things. So stay tuned.